Of making our Firebug sailing dinghy. Today we're going to do some work on using templates to cut out some of our parts. You can see we've got quite a large board down here of Malaysian kari, which is a very good wood for boat building, and we're using this wood in the Firebug for the parts that probably take a lot of wear and will also be shown and be varnished, because it comes up a beautiful honey sort of colour when it's been varnished. Anyway, so down here we have a template of the forward girder. We've already marked out on a piece of wood and actually cut out around the marking, so you can sort of see some clearance between the pencil line and the the edge of the wood that we're going to trim off. Okay, so I'm just putting in a few panel pins. The pins that I'm putting in, you're going to see they're a very small panel pin. You don't need much. All we're trying to do is just stop the template moving around on our piece of wood as we're going to use the router just to trim it off. Another one in up this end. One more down here. This is the forward end, so this end here of our wood is up against the bow. You can actually see the angle of the bow here. We actually have to trim this when we build it into the boat, so I actually won't trim this end of the girder. Just gives me a little bit more safety margin in case I've made a mistake. The other end here I've actually cut on the bandsaw right up to the line. The bandsaw cuts across the grain quite nicely, which is why I've done that. So what you can see here is the flush trim router bit, the little bearing on the top here, and the nice parallel sides here. So what we're going to do is we'll use this and we'll run it along here and we'll basically trim to it. Here's our piece of wood, cleaned up as you can see. Got quite a nice cut on the side, as you'd expect, because we're basically rolling down the grain. As you might have sort of seen going on the other side here. Up at this end we've got quite a nice wood looking okay. When we get into the middle, we've got the grain basically coming through and rising out here, so that the router going around this way has left quite a rough surface along here. That's alright, and in fact it's actually chipped out at this end here. What I should have probably done is actually approached it back the other way, and we might have got away with that. This here is going to be the piece that actually sits up against the centre case here, so we're going to actually have to fill this. It's not going to cause us a problem, but when we assemble it we're going to have to make sure we fill that with a bit of glue, because we don't want water coming back in through here. So that's the first bit done. Okay, now we've finished that, we can basically just pop this template off. They pop it off and it will come off. Here we go. So those little panel pins have come out, and there's this little mark in the wood there, but that's fine. It's no great bother. And the panel pins are sitting in the template. We'll just knock those through and pull them out. You go use the template again for the next boat. Here's our aft girder, so I've taken it out and just given it a bit of a sand up, which has cleaned up the surface here. This here is the end that's only going to be up against the stern. So all this here will be in the buoyancy compartment, and then this will be exposed out through the cockpit. Just want to make sure we get that nice and smooth. Save us a bit of a sanding job later on.